You are going to see a very interesting video in which three young people are talking and make references to two major events. The one is the Holocaust and the other is the meeting, the very important march in Selma, Alabama. I would like to just introduce this video by saying that for the Orthodox Church, the position of always defending what is right and proper is something standard. And it's not only standard, it's standard paid very heavily most of the time, with sacrifices, with blood, with unbelievable achievements in terms of heroism and results. So I'm a personal witness to what happened, for instance, with the Holocaust in Greece. I was in Thessaloniki as a young kid, and we have the experience there of the occupation of 4 years and what happened at the end with really the unbelievable thing that 55 to 60,000 Jewish inhabitants of Thessaloniki, they were put into trains and led to Germany. So we have this experience and we know how simple people took care and try to save as many as possible. We have two great hierarchs at that time, Archbishop Demetrios of Athens and Metropolitan Chrysostom of Zakynthos. I add Gennadios of Thessaloniki. I know the tremendous amount of work that he did in saving Jewish people. And this happened with other hierarchs and simple priests and lay people. So this is something in the blood and flesh of the church in any condition of turmoil and danger and war and torments of the people. Now, it's not only that. The Orthodox Church is extremely sensitive to issues of injustice, discrimination, oppression. Therefore, that's why you saw in Selma, Alabama, Archbishop Jacobus marching side by side with Dr. Martin Luther King, in spite of threats on his life, during the march and after the march. But he didn't hesitate to do that. And I have to tell you again from personal experience, when we were in Selma last year for a celebration of the 50 years of this event, there were multiple references to the heroic and significant presence of Archbishop Jacobus in Selma, Alabama. In fact, he was mentioned not only as a presence, but as bringing to the issue the spirituality of the Orthodox Church. When I heard it, I said, goodness, I never thought that people were so appreciative of what this Orthodox Church did in the issue of racial discrimination and injustices. So what we are going to hear is just something very limited, but it's indicative of what happens relating to the role of the Orthodox Church in sensitive issues of justice, peace, and reconciliation among the people.
Do you guys ever hear about what our people did, led by the Greek Orthodox Christian Church during the Holocaust?
Well, yeah, I heard that our Archbishop of Greece, Demetrios, was the only national religious leader to publicly speak out against the Holocaust in a Nazi-occupied country.
Yeah, that's true. Have you guys ever heard what the Metropolitan Chrysostom of Zakynthos did during the Holocaust?
Yeah, when the Nazis asked for a list of all the Greek Jews, instead of following the Nazis' instructions, they gave them a letter with only 2 names on it, the Metropolitans and the mayors.
Yeah, my yaya told me that 1 out of 10 Greeks died resisting the Nazis, some of them for just hiding Jewish families. But then, how did over 50,000 Greek Jews in Thessaloniki, Greece lose their lives?
All I know is that at the Holocaust Memorial Museum, it says that the thought of escape was there, but that they didn't know that they were going to these killing centers. So they stood with their families instead of escaping. But there was also that controversial rabbi, Zvi Koretz, who reportedly helped with the roundup of the Greek Jews. And of course, there were some Greek Orthodox Christians who lacked both courage and conviction.
Actually, that brings up a very interesting question. What would I do if I was faced with a horrible decision like that? It's got to be hard to make. I wonder if my faith in Philotimo would win out.
Wait, you said Philotimo. What's Philotimo?
Philotimo is a pretty cool Greek quality. Technically, it means the lover of honor and doing the right thing. Here, watch.
Philotimo could be translated as love of honor or respect for honor.
Compassion and generosity.
To rise above pettiness and trivialities.
You think of the golden rule, and you treat others as you would want to be treated. It embodies that rule, but then takes it almost to an even higher level, like almost reach beyond what you would expect or want for yourself and do even better.
The Greek spirit of doing what's right and what's honorable, even when one's own interests and maybe even one's own life are placed in peril.
Don't you have the Philotimo to assist the people who are in need?
It really ultimately means what it is to live a good life.
I don't think I've heard the word before, but I've definitely seen it amongst my friends and family.
Well, I think that his Orthodox Christian faith and his Philotimo caused Archbishop of America Iakovos to be the highest-ranking religious leader to risk his life by joining the call of Dr. Martin Luther King in Selma, Alabama.
Well, I mean, I guess that I might face some of the choice that Archbishop had to make, but I don't think that I'm going to face the horrors that they faced during the Holocaust.
Fortunately, I wouldn't be so sure. Watch this.
Wow, I had no idea that such anti-Semitism exists today.
And you'll remember seeing on TV, ISIS beheaded 21 Coptic Orthodox Christians simply for not denouncing their faith.
Even by ISIS's murderous standards, a new video the militants have just released is indeed horrific. It is a video that purports to show the beheadings of 21 Egyptian Coptic Christians. Almost as disturbing, this one purports to come not from Syria or Iraq, but from a new location, Libya.
Well, that links me back to your question you asked earlier. I mean, what would I do in this split second? Would I risk mine and my family's lives to help save another person's family from being hunted down? I hope my faith in Philoptimo would win out, but probably fear for my family's life.
Well, if you think about it, picture the smiling faces of the Greek Jews of Zakynthos who did not experience the Holocaust versus those who were sent to the concentration camps.
It's not simple and it's not an easy question. I mean, how many people would put their life and their family's lives in jeopardy for strangers? I mean, what would I do? I really don't know, and I probably won't know until I'm faced with such a horrible decision. I hope I know how I would react. And you should too.